This is my grandmother's Rheem Classic X air conditioner. Did a little pre-season startup shutdown of it this past April, and I forgot to tighten one of these screws all the way, so it's been running the entire summer with the screw partially undone. So I'm gonna see if I can fix the damn thing without stripping it. That's much better. And I scraped away some of the data sheet here, and I can just make it out. It says 1987. I believe that says February. That's either a 4 or a 2. I can't make it out, but I can make out 87. So this is not a 1990. This is actually a 1987. And I am going to attempt to convince my grandmother to turn it on so I can do another startup shutdown, but I don't think I'm going to be successful in doing that. I mean, it's 67 degrees in the house, so that's a full 1 degree colder than I have the AC set, than the lowest I'll set my AC in the summer, so yeah, this is my grandmother's Rheem that I thought was a 1990, but is actually a 1987. I think they had it put in 88. I was talking to my grandmother and she's like, I didn't say 1990. So this is older than I thought. And there's a little bit of rust on it, but it is in great shape. That one doesn't look too rusted. Maybe we can take a look inside. Hold on a minute. I'll be back. I was just waiting for that to happen. My other battery died. That was the same battery I used to film all the heat pumps on Thanksgiving. And I brought my charger with me so I can just charge up the one that died. But yeah, like I was saying, that's all from the landscaping guy. But considering, like, this unit gets serviced annually, but obviously it hasn't been cleaned, but the fact that it's been running for going on 25 years now, that's pretty good. These little reams and roods are built like tanks, and I was unable to get a nominal tonnage. Now, the house next door hasn't had the garage converted into a family room like this, like my grandma's, and they have a 2-ton air conditioner. So my guess would be, since this house has the garage finished and that's air conditioned, that this is a 2.5 or a 3-ton. And the basement is not air conditioned. There's just a window unit in the basement. I might be able to convince my grandmother to turn this thing on, just to give it a little bit of a test and make sure it's not running too noisily. I can talk her into it. I know I can. So I'm just going to put that all that back together. I'm going to put the screws back on the service access panel, and expect a full cleaning video of this unit this March or April. And my aunt just arrived. Just saw her pull up, the one whose Root air conditioner I cleaned last year. Alright. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll be able to get my grandmother to turn this on. Out. Hello, Zeta.
Yeah.
My aunt's Greyhound. Alright. Don't want to let the dog out, because when Zeta escapes, she can run like hell. Alright, I just remembered I forgot to turn turn the disconnect box back on. My grandmother's not going to let me turn it on, but I am going to schedule a time to come by in the spring and clean it out, and we will fire it up then. So yeah, this thing's going to need one hell of a cleaning come springtime. And I found out what this was for. I thought this was a mounting pad, but this is actually what my grandmother puts on the unit in the winter to keep the leaves and crap out of it. Alright, so put that back on. So my grandmother does not even have the heat or the AC on right now. There is one thermostat in the hallway that it's hooked up to both the air conditioner. Even though the heating and AC systems are separate, they're on the same thermostat. And it's a this isn't a heat pump, but it's a heat pump thermostat as well, but it's just not, since this isn't a heat pump, it isn't enabled for that function. It has an EM emergency heat, an EM heat thing on it for emergency heat. And yeah, so there's one thermostat that does both the AC and the heat. And then when they made the addition, they turned the garage into a finished part of the house, they turned it into a family room. There are baseboard heaters, hot water baseboard heaters in the former garage, and those have their own separate heat-only thermostat, so my grandmother can turn off the heat in the family room when she's not in there. So there's a heat-only thermostat and a heat-cool thermostat. It's actually a pretty smart idea, and it's nice and heavy so it won't blow away. Too bad my carriers aren't nice and flat to put something like this on top of. It's actually pretty hot in there right now because my grandmother's using the oven extensively. This is our second Thanksgiving. We have a big family, so sometimes it is necessary to have multiple Thanksgivings, which isn't a bad thing. Extra food. Alright, there might be more videos tonight, depending on what I can talk people into doing. It depends on whose house I get to go to today. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll be back. Out. And this is one other thing I wanted to film. It is located at the house next door. It is a Train Elite Super Efficiency air conditioner, believed to be from about 1984 or 1985. But the data sheet is on the panel that's facing the wall, go figure, so I can't go read it. I have never seen this unit running, but it works obviously. And based on the size of the house, I'd say it's a 2-ton, maybe a 2.5-ton. And it has that old plastic fan grill design. And I don't know if the Elite is more is higher end than the Executive, or if it's a cheaper model than the Executive. But I thought this was an Executive until I checked the label one day. This is an Elite. And I know they stopped making the plastic fan grill after a certain period of time, like the mid-80s or so. I've seen heat pumps that have that plastic fan grill too, a GE Executive. I forget whether that was an Executive or an Elite, but I saw a 1983 GE heat pump that had one of those plastic fan grills on it. It was a GE Weathertron heat pump from 1983, up in the Poconos. And here is the Rheem again. And then at this house, there is a 1989 Carrier Tech 2000 2-ton straight cool unit that I have permission to film once it gets warm out. I didn't come here at all during the summer, so I didn't get a chance to get a video of any of these running this year. But yeah, I'm cleaning out this one next spring. Expect a full video of that. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Out.
This has been a Stamped Octagon production.